See, so far how many classes completed is like 6 or 7 classes completed, right? Okay, those videos I got it. So I placed those videos in the content.txt file. Who missed these classes, just go through this one. Okay, these are the videos. This is the link, this one is the password. Okay, I keep these videos links and everything in the content.txt. You know, right, how to download that one. First of all, I have to upload. Okay, let me upload now itself. This is our classes. This our folder name is this one, right? 06. Okay, just remove this one. This is the old one, old link. I don't want. Now I'm going to place it with the new zip I'm going to create today class. Now come copy this. This is my job. Okay, don't think about, okay, it's not understanding or something. Okay, from here, yeah, how to download I will tell. Okay, this is the one. React is the tab. Now this is my today's class. Just press it. Okay, now it's uploaded. Now how you can download means just go to our website ui-javakit.com is the website. Okay, click on React.js tab. Click on React.js tab. React.js tab. Okay, come down. The last, there has one link is there. You can find this link. Today class. Just click on this link. Okay, now see this. You can, okay, I click it multiple times. Okay, show in folder. Okay, now you can extract here. Extract all. Now see this. This is the one. This content. If you open this content, okay, you have to see your links and everything. See this. Okay. So let me copy this one. Yeah, this is the link you can use throughout our classes. Throughout our classes, you can use this link. Understand, right? Okay then. Last class where we stopped. Last class. Last class where we stopped. You see how to directly upload into cloud URL. Means, yeah. How to deploy our code. This is my website, right? Okay, here I deployed some code. Okay, I will tell how to deploy our code and everything. That is as part of our our content. See here. Somewhere you can find how to deploy our code. Okay, build and deploy in the AWS and GoDaddy. This is the GoDaddy one. I deployed my code. Okay, how to deploy I will tell. Okay, let's start then. Array methods, right? In the array method, which method? Map method. Why we go for map? Can anyone tell? Why we go for map? It's very important one. Okay, sort method. Okay, first let's start with map one. Okay, it's very important. Most of the times we are going to use this method in React. Okay, why we go for map? For example, this is my input. My output is like this. My output is like this. 15, 25, 35, 45. This is my input and this one is my output. Then how you can get this output? If you observe here, input and output, from input only, right, you can get this output generally. Okay, the first element is 10, my output is coming like what, 15. My second element is like 20, my output is like what, 25. My third element is like 30, my output is like what, 35. My fourth element is like 35, my output is like what, 40. My fifth element is like 40, my output is like what, 45. My sixth element is like 50, my output is like what, 55. My seventh element is like 60, my output is like what, 65. My seventh element is like 70, my output is like what, 75. My eighth element is like 80, my output is like what, 85. My ninth element is like 90, my output is like what, 95. My tenth element is like 96, my output is like what, 97. My 11th element is like 98, my output is like what, 99. My 12th element is like what, 100. My 13th element is like what, 101. My 14th element is like what, 102. My 13th element is like what, 103. My 14th element is like what, 104. My 15th element is like what, 105. My 16th element is like what, 106. My 17th element is like what, 107. My 18th element is like what, 108. What is the relation between the input and output? Means just I am adding 5 to my input or not. Then we can get that output. 10 plus 5, 15. 20 plus 5, 25. 30 plus 5, 35. 40 plus 5, 45. Like this, you are performing the same operation on each and every element or not. You are performing the same operation on each and every element. Which operation that is? Adding 5. Adding 5. Okay, if you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with what? Then we can go with map method. Okay, then we can go with map method. Then how you can write it? Array dot map is the method. Map is the method. My map method takes one callback function as an argument. My callback function as an argument. My map method returns what? An array. My map method returns what? An array. This array which is coming from this array coming from my callback method return value or not. See here. So my callback method return value, how we can check? This is my callback. It's not returning anything, so that it's like undefined. If I return something, okay, return one or something. Okay, then the time here one or something. Okay, see here, my output is like 1 or not. If I pass like 10, my output is like 10 or not. But you want the output always 10, or I want the output is this one. I want this output. So that my callback method called by map how many times in the array, how many elements are there, that many times it's going to call or not. First time it's going to call by passing a first value. So that my callback method take one element as a argument or not. Okay, one element, which element? That is value. The next one is like array is one. Each and every array has their own index or not. The next one is like index. I don't want that index, leave it for now. Now see here, first value will come, so return the value. Second value will come, return the second value. Third value will come, return the third value. But my output is not this one. Okay, for first value, what you want me to do? Add 5. My second value, add 5. Third value, add 5. Like this, you can do it or not. Yes or no? Okay, if you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with the map method. Now, can we discuss something more about the map? Okay, very simple thing. Now, I want the drop down. Okay, I want the drop down with 3 players. How we can write the drop down? How we can write the drop down? Select is my tag. Select is my tag. Okay, here you can write like option, or if I searching, close my option like this. Close my option like this. How many options? Another one is like Dhoni, another one is like Kohli. 3 players I want. Dhoni and Kohli. Okay, this is the drop down list for 3 players. For example, in future, if you want to add one more player, what we have to do? You have to add one more option or not. If you want to delete one more player, then the time you have to delete one option or not. That means every time you have to perform operation on where? On your DOM or not, on your elements or not. You have to, if you want to add it, you have to write option, your player name and close your option. If you want to delete, you have to delete that option and player name and close your option. I don't want to touch this DOM. Okay, DOM manipulations are like very costly thing manually if you do. Okay, I don't want to do that operation. Is there any other way? Is there? Is there any other way? Is there? Means, first of all, tell me what is the data representation for this particular template? What is the data representation? This template regarding what? Display 3 players in the drop down. Display 3 players in the drop down, so that my data is like what? 3 players or not. So what is the data represent? I want to bind the data. I want to represent the data. Okay, how we can represent the data for 3 players? Okay, 3 players, how we can represent the data? Where players 3 is nothing but an array. Okay, what is my player names? Okay, Sachin is one player, Dhoni is one player, Kohli is one player. Done. Okay, now I have the data representation. I have some data. With this data, can we prepare these options without touching any my DOM? Okay, the DOM element. Okay, if you want to perform, if you want to add one more element, just you can add here. If you want to delete one element, yes, you can delete from here. So that here I have the data. With this data, you have to prepare what? These options or not. With Sachin, what you have to prepare? With Sachin, I want to prepare this option. With Dhoni, I want to prepare this option. With Kohli, I want to prepare this option. So here you are performing the same operation on each and every element or not. Again, which operation? Last example, if you observe, you are performing the same operation on each and every element is what? Add 5. Add 5. Here you are performing the same operation is what? Okay, prepare an option or not. In the first example, adding 5 or not. Okay, here what we have to do? Prepare one option or not. Prepare one option. Okay, for Sachin also prepare one option. For Dhoni also what? Prepare one option. Kohli also prepare one option. Again, you are performing the same operation on each and every element or not. If you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with what? Then you can go with a map method or not. Then you can go with the map method. Now, can anyone tell how we can write it? Okay, the same select box I want to prepare with this data now. So how we can now right here select is the tag, select is the tag. Can anyone confirm? Am I audible or not? Remaining people. Okay, one second. Now, can anyone confirm? Now it's okay or not? Now it's okay or not? Okay. Okay, if you feel uncomfortable, if it's not audible, then please let me know. Okay, let's start. This is my select box. This is my select box. Okay, inside the select box, what we have to write? Options. You have to write it. My options you have to prepare from where? From this array or not. So if you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can map method. So how you can write the map method? Tell me. If you want to write the map method, first of all, what input is required? Map method is called from where? My map method called from where? My map method is existing in the array or not. Here, which one is the array? Players is my array or not. So that write it in between select tag. Right. My players dot method name is what? Map method. My map method is which type of method? My map method is like which type of method? It's a higher order function or not? It's a higher order. Higher order is nothing but what? It's take one function as an argument or not. So that my map method take one callback function as an argument or not. My callback function as a argument. Now tell me, my callback function called by whom? Called by map. My callback function called by map. How many times? My callback function is this one. Okay, called by map. How many times? How many players are there? That many times it is going to call or not? First time, second time, third time, like this. How many players are there here? Three players are there. Three times it is going to call. At the first time, he called this callback. Okay, by passing first name or not? By passing what? First name. Okay, the next argument is what? The name index. Such index is what? 0. So that index also you can get it. That index also you can get it. This is the default. Okay, this is the syntax for map or not. Not only map for each method or every or filter, whatever it is. This is only the syntax or not. Now tell me, once you get the name, what you want me to prepare? You have to prepare your option or not. Once you get this Sachin, or first, what is my name? Sachin. Okay, do you want me to return this? Do you want me to return like this directly? Do you want me to return like this? If you return, then what happens inside the select? Inside the select, Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli, normal text placed or not? You want me to place normal like options? You have to place like options or not? Don't return direct names. Can you keep this name inside an option? Or how you can? This is my option. Okay, here you can place name, close your option. That's it. First name, what is my name? Sachin. So what you prepare? One option you prepare and return. Again, it is going to call. Now my name is like what? Tony. Okay, now one more option it's going to create, it's going to return. Like this, how many options it's going to create? Three options it is going to create or not. Those three options where you place inside the select box. Now my select box contains what? Three options or not. Now, if you want to add one more player, where you want me to add? Do you want me to add here? You want me to add here? Simply inside the player you can add it. UV. Then the time once again my player called one more time this callback. One more time this callback. Now with that name, what is the name? UV. It's going to create one more option or not. That's it. This is the way we are going to use map method. Understand or not? Okay, my name is like a variable. It's a function argument. You can put any name. Okay, one function you are going to call with some data is nothing but passing some data is nothing but you can hold with any variable. You can hold with any variable. Okay, for example, if you want to check this one, Control C. Now this is the players one. Okay, my players dot map is the method. Take one callback function as an argument. Okay, here you didn't written anything so that it's like undefined. Okay, how many times to call the console.log of callback? Here which one is the callback? My map is higher order and this anonymous function is like a callback. Now see how many times my callback called. Four times it's going to call and returns what? An array with four elements or not. Okay, four times why exactly it's going to call? My player contains four elements, so that four times it's going to call. First time it's going to call by passing what? First time it's going to call by passing first value. What is my first value? You can put any name here. It's a reference argument name. Okay, value. So here, if you observe, can I keep this value here? Okay, now come here. Can we print that value? Now see this. My Sachin Dhoni Kohli UV printed or not? Still, it's like undefined only or not. My map method, I don't want to print like this. I want to return a set of options. So I don't want to print. Can we written it now? I don't want to print. Can we return value? Now, if I return, see here Sachin Dhoni Kohli UV came, but you want me to return Dhoni Kohli UV or you want me to return with options? I want to return with options so that how we can whatever the name is there, can you enclose this one with option tag? Okay, how you can in JavaScript, it's like this. It's a option. Okay, plus this is my another value. Can I close my option? Can I close my option? Now see here the total how many options it is going to return. The total it's going to return like four options. It gives me an error. Why? Because this is my closing one. Here there is no closing, nothing. So that you have to close here. Now see here how many options total. Option Kohli, and option UV. Okay, Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli, UV. Four options is written or not. These four options where you want me to place inside a select box. Inside a select box. Okay, here the thing is the value V is like a reference. Here you can put anything. Here you can put like anything. While calling this callback method is passing one argument. What is that argument? Means name is one argument and index is like another argument. Here my first argument always the value. Okay, what is the value? Okay, first time, second time, only like this. So now it's also working as expected or not. This is the way it's going to work. If you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with map. Now the same example, I want a list of elements. Okay, list of elements. Then you can go with what? Order list or unordered list. So now how we can write it? ON order list, close your ON. Here you can write like what? One option, such an option or list item li. Okay, Sachin and close your LI. The next one LI, Dhoni, close your LI. LI, Kohli and close your LI. Close your LI. If you observe again, if you want to add one more item, then what we have to do? You have to write one more list item or not. If you want to remove one item, then the time you have to remove the LI. Okay, this total thing you have to remove or not. I don't want to touch this DOM again. I don't want to touch this DOM again. What is the data representation for this particular list? Okay, here the data is what? These are the elements. Like this is only my data or not? Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli is my data or not? Okay, now tell me, with Sachin, what do you want me to prepare? Sachin, what do you want me to prepare? One LI tag. Okay, here option tag you prepared. Here LI tag you have to prepare or not. With Dhoni, LI tag. With Kohli, LI tag. That means you are performing the same operation on each and every element or not. Here the operation is what? Okay, prepare an LI tag or not. Okay, if you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with what? Okay, then you can go with what? Then you can go with map method or not. So how you can write the map method? Okay, now these things I want to prepare dynamically or not. So first you have to write where you want me to prepare the list items LIs inside OL or not. So that you can write the OL. First you can write the OL. Done. Inside the OL, you have to prepare the items based on this data or not. So with Sachin, LI, Dhoni, LI, Kohli, LI. If you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with what? Then you can go with map method or not. Then how you can write it? My players dot map is the method. Okay, we take one callback function as an argument. Okay, this callback function called by map, how many times? How many players are there? That many times it is going to call. Okay, first time, okay, my map method call this function with what? First value or not. What is my first value? My first value is Sachin. With the first value, what do you want me to prepare? Sachin, can we prepare one line like, okay, L, okay, value, close your L. Can we written it? Okay, and then second time it's going to call with second value. What is my second value? Dhoni. So Li Dhoni Li. Next Kohli Li Kohli Li. Total at the end of this iteration. Okay, how many players? How many Li's it is going to return? How many Li's it is going to return means how many values you pass to the callback. That many times it is going to return, right? So that three Li's it is going to return or not. That three Li's you are going to render where inside while in your React, if you want to render some content, some base content, you can use this expression. Okay, simply you can write this expression here. Now, my map method returns me three LIs. That three LIs render inside this OL. That's it. This is the way we are going to use map method in your React. Okay, we'll see that one. That another discussion is there. We'll see. First of all, you should know why we go for map method. If you want to perform the same operation on each and every element, then you can go with what? Then you can go with map method. Okay, okay, then the next one. See this. I have one function is there. One function is there. F1. I have one function. F1 is there. Okay. Here I'm going to write a console message console.log of F1 called F1. Can anyone tell how many ways we can call this function F1? How many ways we can call it? I have one function is there. How many ways we can call it function? Can anyone? How many ways we can call this function? How many ways we can call this function? Okay, one is like a direct call F1. Okay, not by name or something. Okay, yeah, you can say direct call with the F1. Okay, the next one is like, okay, I want this output F1 called output. Okay, see direct call, I can get this F1 call. The body has to execute. On load, on click. Okay, these are like events. Okay, thing. Okay, any other way? Okay, in your JavaScript, there has three methods for there. call, apply, bind methods. See here, f1 dot call. See, you can get this output or not. Okay, you can get this output or not. The next one is like f1 dot apply. See, you can get this output or not. Okay, the next one is like f1 dot bind. Okay, like this, you can get this output or not. See here, directly if you call also, see my function executed. If I call my f1 by using one method called as a call also, you can get this output or not. Okay, by using apply also we can get this output. By using bind also, see the difference between apply and bind. Can anyone see this one? Okay, what is the difference between this one and this one? Okay, one more extra call here, one more extra call there or not. Extra you're calling. Okay, when you are using this one, last example in alert box, Naresh IT, Satya and Durga Soft. Is that right? Okay, that example used this one. When you used one function returns one more function. Okay, if you call that function also, then that time we are going to call like this or not. So my bind method returns one more function. So if you want to call my function, how many ways we can call it? Four ways we can call it. One is like a direct call like this, direct call like this. Okay, another one also we can say like call back. We can give this function to some other person. That person is going to call with another reference. Okay, by using callback also we can call it. Okay, leave that one. The next one is like by using call method, by using apply method, by using bind method we can call or not. Great. Okay, the difference between map and for each means map returns an array of elements. For each method will not return anything. My for each method will never return anything. Okay, that is only the difference. Both are syntactically same. Okay, so now onwards, if anyone asks how many ways we can call my f1 means, you can say like what? You can say like what? Direct call is this one. The next one, a short method I will tell. Okay, direct call is this one. By using call method we can call it. By using apply method we can call it. By using bind method also we can call it either. By using bind method, then already direct call is there. Why we go for call, apply, bind? There has some specific requirement is there, then only we can go with that or not. Otherwise directly we can go with direct call or not. Okay, when we go with call, apply, bind methods, we'll see this example. Okay, let's start now. Come on, I have one function is there, function f1. Okay, I want to debug this one. How we can debug? By using this one. Debugger is the keyword. Debugger is the keyword. Now here my f1 take two arguments, a comma b. F1 take two arguments, a comma b. Here my console.log of a plus b. Simple example, nothing is there in this. Okay, done. Now if you want to call this function, how we can call it? F1 is a common arguments, two arguments. It's like a numbers only. By seeing this one you can say, now see this. My a value is 10, my b value is like 20. My output is like what? My output is like 30. That is a general thing, basic thing. Now I want to do slight change here. I want to do slight change here. Okay, here I'm going to put like plus. I want to put like plus this dot x. This dot x. If I put like this, can anyone guess? Then you go with the dot notation. Dot notation. You heard about this dot notation somewhere. When you go with this dot notation, okay, if it is like an object, if you want to retrieve the data, retrieve one property from this object by using dot notation or square bracket notation, you can retrieve it or not. So here tell me, my this is what and my x is what? My this is which type, my x is which type? Can anyone? My this is which type and my x is which type? Okay, if you not understand, just see. Player dot name is there. But seeing this one, you have to understand, right? My player is which type, my name is what? My player is which type? My player is an object. Inside my name is like what? My name is like a property or not? It's a key or not? then that time you can write like player dot name or not. Reverse also you have to understand. Okay, my player is a object name and my name is like a property or not, player dot name. Here also same I written, right? Okay, here also syntactically same. What is this? My this dot name is there. This dot name. Here my this is what? My this is like a player, my name is like what? Okay, this dot x I guess. Okay, my x is like a property, key or not. Okay, my this is an object, my this is an object, and my x is what? Inside this object, x is one property or not. Now tell me, inside one object, one property is not there. Okay, here my player dot name is what? Sachin. Player dot runs is there or not there? Player dot runs is there or not there? Player dot runs not there. Inside this object, one property is not there. What is the answer? What is the answer? Undefined. Undefined. The people are not practicing this. Okay, undefined or not. Okay, done. Now if you observe here, I added one more, right? Now you can conclude like what? My a is a number type, my b is a number, and my this is an object. Inside this I am searching for x. Here my this is pointing to which object? My this is pointing to which object? That is the first question. Okay, now click on this one. In JavaScript, which object is the root object? Which one is the parent? Okay, which one is the super object in JavaScript? In JavaScript, my window is the super object. My window in JavaScript, my window is the super object. Okay, inside this window only, whatever you are going to use inside a console, and not only console, inside the JavaScript, that variables and methods, everything inside the window only. If you open this one, okay, now say this. If I open this one, say this. These all are like window properties only. Okay, most of the times you are using one method called as alert. See inside this window only, like my alert is there. Now can anyone tell by seeing this one my window is which type? Okay, 0 colon global comma window colon window comma self colon window comma document. These are like which type? It's a JSON or not? Key value comma one property to another property we can differentiate with what? Comma key to value we can differentiate with colon or not? My window is the super object now. My window is the super object or not in your JavaScript. So how we can represent this window means my window we can represent in multiple variables by using one of the variable called is a this. By using this also we can represent what? Window. Now tell me my this is pointing to what now by default? My this is pointing to what now? Window object or not? Now from this window object you are retrieving which property? X. Inside this window x property is there or not there? Can we check it? If it is not there, undefined will come. If it is there, it gives me the result or not. So how we can check it? My this dot, see myself also there, myself also we can point into what? Window only. See here, my window also pointing to this one, myself also pointing to window only, my this also pointing to window only. Understand? Okay, how many ways we can represent the window? One is like what? Window directly can represent window to window. The next one is like this also pointing to what? Window only. The next one is like self also pointing to window only. Okay, done. Now inside this my x is there or not there? Now see, undefined is nothing but what? Inside this my x is not there. My x is not there. It's like undefined. Now if this value is like undefined, okay, a and b have some data. Okay, can we call it now? F1, F1 of what? F1 of 10 comma 20. Now if I click on this one, a value is like 10, b value is like 20. My this is a window. Inside this window my x is not there, so that undefined. So just I'm hovering my cursor on the values variables, then the time it shows your values or not. See, a 10, b 20, this window, this dot x undefined or not? Now tell me, a plus b is like 10 plus 20, 30. 30 plus undefined is nothing but what? 30 plus undefined. 30 plus undefined value is what? It's a not a number. It's a not a number. You can get the output like what? Not a number. But my requirement is okay. I don't want a not a number. I want something different output. Okay, one number I want 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 plus 20 is like 50. Like this I want. Okay, my final output should be 50. My final output should be 50. So what I can do? My output should be 50. Then what I can do? What code change you want me to do? What code change you want me to do? See, okay, declare X. You want me to declare X. Okay, X is not an independent or something, right? It's not a variable to declare. My X is the property of what? My object or not. Inside my object, my X is one property. That's it. Okay, now can we add my X inside my this? This is what object, right? You know, right? How to insert the data inside object. You know how to insert the data inside object. How many ways we can insert the data? One is like dot notation, another one is like square bracket notation. Yes or no? So that can we insert that value? Now see here, my this dot x is not there. Now my this dot x, can I write like 20 now? Now see my this dot x, now it is there or not there? Now can I call my f1 10 comma 20? Now see this, my output is like what? My this is this one, my x is what 20, my 10 plus 20 plus this one is like what 50. My output is like 50 or not? See this. See my console, it's like 50 or not. See, you know the topics, but how to use that is an important thing. Okay, these all are like basics. In future, if you once you entered into React, okay, again we are not discussing all these things. Okay, directly we are going to write that code. Then that time, if you don't know the basics, then how we can understand? That's the reason you have to practice. You have to practice that JavaScript. One JavaScript is very, very important. Not only for React, not only for React. If you want to settle as a UI developer, JavaScript is the core thing. Okay, it's like core Java, how it is very important for Java. Okay, C sharp is how it is important for .NET. Same like this, JavaScript is an important thing for UI technologies. To understand any library or framework, Angular or Vue or React or Backbone, whatever it is. If you know the JavaScript, by seeing that code, you can understand. There is no need to join any classes or something if you know the JavaScript. Got it? You have to analyze the things. You are not like a kid or something, right? Okay, you all people are completed BTech. Okay, you have to analyze the things now. Okay, nowadays, if you observe our educational system and everything, they introducing our programming languages from sixth standard onwards. They are changing that syllabus and everything. Okay, it's not a big deal. Each 10th class, okay, minimum 10th class is enough to understand this programming. It's not a big one. Okay, comparing with 10th class math syllabus or something, this is that much big one. Okay, limited syllabus only, right? Limited only 3 months course, that's it. Okay, you have to analyze, you have to think. Okay, question and answers is not a matter here. Question and answers, each and everyone can tell. Question and answers, if I ask one question, you can give me the answer. Okay, that is the first round. Up to first round, you can survive in the interview level. First round, they may ask like, okay, question and answers. But my second and third rounds are completely different. My second round, they may give like a system test directly in front of them only. You have to share your screen and you have to write the program. Okay, then the time if the practice is not there, then the time how we can write it? Question and answers everyone can. First round is very simple thing. Second and third rounds, okay, second round is like a system test, okay, or programming. Okay, they are going to write, they are giving like some requirement, you have to write that program. Okay, and the third round is like a project one. Okay, these all things, if you second and third rounds, if you want to clear, then the time you have to practice. Okay, if you practice is not a big one, it's not a big one. Okay, that's right. Now see, up here, okay. Now if I refresh my page, then what? If I refresh my page, if I refresh my page, is my this having X now? Is my this having X now? Undefined, right? Why? Inside the console, whatever the statements you executed, okay, up to only refreshing the page, okay, it's available. Once you refresh it, then the time it's reset to the previous one, default ones, reset to default ones. Okay, perfect, done. Now, but my requirement is not like this. I want my our goal is what? Call, apply, bind methods. Why we go for that? All apply bind methods. Why we go for that? For that, okay, our requirement is something different. Okay, this is one way I'm telling, like directly can get in the current object window. Now come on, now see this. My this is by default pointing to what? My this by default pointing to what? My this in your JavaScript, my this default pointing to which object? Window object. Okay, inside my window, X is there or not there? Not there. Okay, link it. Now I'm telling, like I have one object is there. Yeah, I have one object is there. Inside this object, my value of X is there, like 20. Okay, inside this object, my X is there. Inside this object, my X is there. See here, my this is pointing to window. Inside the window, X is not there. But if you made one thing, if you make one thing, okay, if my this is pointing to my O, then that time my this is pointing to my O, inside this one X is there or not there? If my this is like window, my this is like a window, then the time inside my window X is not there. But my this is like O, inside my O X is there or not there? Inside my O X is there or not there? X is there. So that, okay, can we do one thing from your end? Okay, in this particular function f1, in this particular function f1, don't change that one, don't change that one. Okay, directly if you change, then the time where is my call again? Okay, don't change this one. Okay, now see, at the time of calling my f1, can you make my this is pointing to my own object instead of window? While calling my f1, can you make my current object this pointing to my own object instead of window? Okay, if you do like this, then the time my this is pointing to my own object, my this dot x is what? 20. That my requirement is completed or not? So how I can make one object is available like a current object to one function while calling? That's it. Okay, see, while calling a function, how we can make my own object? What is my own object? Whoa. How we can make one my own object is pointing to what? My current object is or not? Okay, how means? Okay, direct call is not possible. Directly, how we can call my f1? Okay, while calling only I said 10 comma 20 comma, if I pass like whoa, now see, my 10 go to A, my 20 go to B, my whoa handled by anyone? No, right? Don't change this one, don't change this one. So direct call is possible or not possible? Direct call. Direct call, if you do only two arguments only, it can capture. But here, how many arguments? A, B, and O also there. So that direct call is not possible. So what is the alternate way? How many ways we can call a function? I already told you how many ways we can call a function. We can call a function like direct call method, apply method, bind method or not. Now direct call is not possible. Can we go with the another one, another method? What is the method name? My call is the method or not? My call is the method. If you see this one, if you see this one, the first argument is what? This argument. Okay, this argument is nothing but which object you want me to make it available like this. Which object you want me to make it available like this? Who or not? Who or not? Okay, done. The next one is what? My f1 original function. F1 is original function. Take how many arguments? Take how many arguments? Two arguments. That two arguments you can pass here. Okay, what is the two arguments? What you want to pass? 10 comma 20. Now see, if I click on enter, now if I put my cursor on this, my this is pointing to window or this is pointing to my own object. My A value is like 10 and my B value is like 20. My this is pointing to what? It's not window. Now it's pointing to what? My own object or not? It's pointing to my own object. Now, inside my own object x is there or not there? X is not there. Now see my x value 20 or not? A plus b, and the last value is like this. The total value is like what? 50 or not? Now, why we go for call method? Can anyone complete one sentence? By using call method, we can call a function. Okay, we can call a function by making your own object is available like a current object, this or not. We can call a function by making your own object is available like a current object or not. Okay, done. Now can we go with the apply? Can we call with any order? Means okay, the first argument should be an object only. The first argument should be an object. Okay, second argument onwards, my f1 take how many arguments? That arguments you have to pass it. Okay, done. The next one, can we use another one? Apply. F1 dot apply. The purpose of these three methods same, syntactically something different. See here. The first one is what? This dot arg. So this arg is nothing but what? Which object you want me to make it available like a current object. Okay. My second argument is there, right? For my apply, my second argument is like a array. My second argument is like a array. So inside array, how many elements you want me to pass? That is depending upon f1 again. My f1 take how many arguments? My f1 original take how many arguments? Two arguments. That two arguments you can pass here. Okay, 100 comma 200. Now if I click on enter, see my a value is 100, b value is like 200. My this is pointing to my own object x. Now my output is this one or not? See this. Okay, what when we go for the apply? By using the apply method, we can call a function by making my own object is available like a current object or not. Okay, my f1 dot apply method take two arguments. My first argument is like which object you want me to make it available like a current object. My second argument is like what? My second argument is like a array. Can we go with another one? Which one is the method? Bind is the method. Okay, here my bind method also observe here. By bind method also, first argument is what? Which object you want me to make it available like a current object? That is my O. Okay, the next one, my f1, it's a rest operator. The rest operator. Okay, my f1 take how many arguments? Two arguments. So that can we pass those two arguments. Now see here, if I click on this one, see, will it gives a result? See, my call directly gives the result. My apply directly call the method and give the result, but my bind method directly not call it, right? It returns me what? It returns me what? It returns me a function or not. My bind method returns me one more function. If it returns one more function, what you can do with that function? We call it. Now it's called or not. Now see, my this is pointing to my own object or not. Now say this. This is the way my call, apply, bind methods are going to work. Understand? These three methods purpose is what? Same. Syntactically based on your requirement when exactly which method has to use. Okay, these three methods use it for what? To call a function. While calling, make your own object is available like a current object, this or not. That's it. Call, apply, bind methods. So most of the times we are going to use like a bind method. See how my bind method looks like, how it is going to work. Okay, now if you come here, this is my function. This is my function f1. Okay, just refresh it. Okay, this is my, if you want to get that previous code, how you can get it? If you want to get the previous code, how you can get it? Up arrow and down arrow. Now see, this is my function f1. Okay, this is a normal JavaScript function. Okay, how we can check my f1? F1 is the variable name. Okay, the type of my f1 is like a function. Which function? F1 function or not? This is my function. This is my function. Okay, done. Here, can anyone tell at this point of time my this is pointing to what? My this is pointing to what? At this point of time, my this is pointing to what? By default, my JavaScript function, my this is pointing to window or not by default. By default, it's like a window. Now, while calling this F1, I want to make my current object this is pointing to my own object. My own object is what? My O is like X is like 200. Okay, 100 or whatever it is. While calling my F1, you have to make my current object is pointing to O or not. How many ways we can call and apply and bind? Call and apply, simple thing, directly it's one call. Can we go with the bind one? So how we can write it? F1 dot bind off, F1 dot bind off. Okay, which object you want me to make it like a current object? O. My F1, original F1 take how many arguments? My original F1 take how many arguments? 2 arguments. So that can we put like 10, 20. If I click on enter, see here, this lines, okay, highlighted one and this one, both are like same or not? Did you find anything difference? Okay, before bind method, my F1 is what? F1, AB, debugger, console.log, and this one. See, before my bind, okay, before executing the statement, my F1 is like this only, my F1. After my bind method, okay, after binding, my F is like what? Same, this one only. But what is the difference? What happened after bind, before bind? Before bind, my this is pointing to what? Before bind, my this is pointing to what? Window or not? Okay, once you bind your own object to my F1, okay, it returns me what? Same function only. But the thing is what here? My this is pointing to window or my this is pointing to my own object? My this is pointing to my own object or not? Now see, if you use this function, okay, my this is pointing to what? Window. If you use this function, my this is pointing to what? My own object or not? Got it or not? Okay, if you want to check, you can check. Now, once you get this function, my bind method is a function. Once you have a function, what you can do with the function? Can we call it? That's only it. Now see this. My result is this one or not? Okay. Now let's come here. You can assign this one to variables now. Now this is my function F1. This is my F1. This is my object. See, before bind, my F1 is this one. Okay, can we hold with one variable? Okay, before bind. Okay, my F1 is this one. Okay, after bind, how we can F1 dot bind of my O is my object. I want to make a variable can come out one. Now it's also returns what? A function, right? So that can be hold with one argument AF. Okay, or AB after bind. After bind. After bind. Okay, my before bind is this one. Okay, my after bind is this one. Both are like same only, right? But the thing is what? In the before bind, my this is pointing to what? My this is pointing to window. Okay, after bind, my this is pointing to what? After bind, my this is pointing to what? My this is pointing to my own object or not? That's it. That is the difference. Okay, if we call my AF now, my this is pointing to what? Okay, my own object or not? Okay, if you call this one, okay, if you call this one before bind, okay, my this should pointing to what? Window or not? Say this. That is the difference. Okay, you didn't pass anything, so that is like undefined. My this is pointing to what? Window or not? Before bind, my this is pointing to window. After bind, my this is pointing to my this is pointing to my own object. But if you see this one, both are like same. Before bind, after bind, both are like same or not? Yeah, but this is the difference. Okay, this is the way my call, apply, and bind methods are going to work. Okay, just prepare. Remaining things we'll see at the time of React discussion. Okay, just prepare JavaScript, what topics we covered. Just prepare from here, uijavakit.com, from JavaScript tab. Okay, Monday onwards we are going to start with React. Monday onwards we are going to start with React. Whatever the pending things JavaScript is there, we'll explain that one. Okay, map method returns me an array. Okay, for each method will never returns anything. Okay, tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow there is no class. Okay, Monday onwards we are going to start with React. Okay, if you observe here the array one. Yeah, I already told, right? Recordings all are here. See this, recordings all are here. These are the things. Okay, day one onwards. Okay, day before yesterday. Day one to day before yesterday. The array sort method, see here. My array equals to 22 1 33 11. Okay, 2 and 5. 2 and 5. Generally, if you use like a normal sort method, what is my answer? Can anyone tell? Okay, oops concepts. Monday we will explain. After that only we are going to start with React. Okay, oops concepts will explain. Okay, what is the result? Here 1 comma 11 comma, the next one 2 comma 22 comma 33 comma 5. This is my result. Okay, how it is going to work? How it is going to work means it's a dictionary sorting by default. Dictionary sorting, how it's going to work? First, it's going to check for first character. What is my first character here? 2 1 3 1 2 5. Okay, within the first character, okay, which one is the least one? This one and this one. Okay, second one and fourth one. So the second one and fourth one, both are like same. If both are like same, then that means go to the next character or not. If it is like next character, here nothing is there, so that my one came. So the next one is what? 11. Same like this here both are same, 22 and 2. Here next character is there, so that not there, so that 2 22. 3 and 5, which one is the least one? 3 only, so that after that what is the character is there is not a matter. 33 and 5, this is the one or not. Okay, but our requirement, our output should be what? 1 comma 2 comma 5 comma 22 comma 33. Okay, and 11. This is my expected output or not. Then how we can means we have the method called as a sort method. Take one callback function as an argument. Take one callback function as an argument. It returns. Okay, sum of the value is like a positive number or negative number or zero. Based on this one, it's going to do some operation. If you want to compare two numbers, okay, my array dot sort this function, okay, this callback function called by sort, by passing two values, value 1 comma value 2, value 1 comma value 2. So remove all this. Okay, what is my first value? V1. My V1 is like 22 and my V2 is like what? 1. First one. My V1 is like 22 and my V2 is like 1. Now V1 minus V2, okay, positive or negative or 0 if you want, then the time just make it difference. Okay, how you can make a difference? V1 V2, simply you can write. Okay, if I write like V1 minus V2, what is the value? What is going to return? Positive number or negative number? 22 1. It's like a positive number or not? If it is like a positive number, okay, positive number, it will do swap. Okay, change the places, changing places, swapping. Okay, if it is negative number or 0, negative or 0, okay, no change, no change. Okay, now it's like positive number, so that changing the places, so that my place is going to change like what? My V1 is like 1 now, my V2 is like what? 22 or not? Okay, again it's going to repeat. Okay, how it is going to repeat means repeat is something different. My V1 is not changed, the first value is not changed. My first value compare with what? Remaining all indexes. My first value comparing with first index done. Now 133 is going to compare. 133 positive or negative? Negative, no change. 111, okay, 1 minus 11 negative, 1 minus 2 negative, 1 minus 5 negative, so that there is no change. Now once my first index compared with remaining all index, it go to the second one compared with remaining all. 22 33 positive or negative? 22 and 33 negative, no change. 22 11 positive or negative? Positive. Then that time, yeah, you can say like bubble sorting. Okay, then that time it's going to change this one. Now 11 22 positive or negative? Positive, so that again it's going to change. Okay, now 2 5 positive or negative? Negative, there is no change. So my second index is comparing with remaining all 10 or not. Now third one, remaining all 33 22 positive, those are changing. Okay, the next one 22 and 11 positive, so that is going to change. It's going to change. It's going to change. And 11 and 5. 11 and 5. Okay, so that you can change. 11 and 5 also positive, right? Done. Okay, now this one with remaining 33 and 22, positive or negative? It's a positive one, so that it's going to change. 22 and 33. Okay, 22 and 11, positive or negative? Okay, positive, so that it's going to change. Okay, here 11 and finally 33 and 22, positive or negative? Positive, so that 22 and 33, and finally okay 33 compared with 33 only, there is no comparison. Okay, from here I already told, right? From here, from this is the link. Okay, and this is my React.js, this is my link. Today's class is the okay tag. Okay, from there you can download. From there you can download. Already I shared, again I'm sharing. This is the link. Okay, thanks guys, thanks for joining. We'll see remaining things in tomorrow's class. Bye.